Hello, people, and welcome. Today, we are looking at how meditation affects the narcissist. See, meditation actually affects the narcissist. If you are living with a narcissist in the house as a husband, or even a brother or sister, or whoever the person may be, if that person is a narcissist and you are living together in the same house, if you are the type who embraces your humanity very well, or let's say you are the type who engages in meditation most of the time, like you are doing meditation all the time, and you are living in the same house with a narcissist, your energy will begin to disturb that narcissist and you will start having problems. The person does not necessarily have to be your husband, it could be a brother or a friend or a neighbor, I don't know. But if you are living together in the same house with that person that embodies that energy of a narcissist, who is a narcissist, they are going to start feeling uncomfortable in that house. Your energy is going to start disturbing them because they are not okay. They embody a negative energy. Because they embody a negative energy, if you are doing, because meditation is very powerful. Meditation is powerful. So if you are doing meditation in that house and the person is with you, living with you in that house, they are not going to continue, they will not want to live with you in the house. They will want to leave because the energy of the narcissist cannot stay, cannot cope in a place where a person is doing meditation, because meditation is indeed very, very powerful. I remember when I was still with my narcissist before I left. In fact, it was I was going through pain. I was suffering, but I didn't know how to live. I couldn't live. I tried living. I couldn't live. Then I stumbled. I don't know how it happened. Somehow I just got to know meditation. Although when I started, I didn't know they called that meditation. I was so frustrated to the point that I isolated myself because I didn't know what to do again. So the next thing, the only thing I could remember to do, if at some point I even said I was not going to pray again, that God does not exist. Can imagine what the pain can make you do. So I started doing meditation, but at the time I didn't know they called that meditation. What I was doing is I would sit down on the bed. I would sit down on my bed. I would just be in silence and be praying within my mind. I could sit there for like 1 hour or 2 hours. I would sit down on my bed and just be praying within my mind, inside, quietly, just on my bed for 1 hour, 2 hours. And I did that for a straight 2 weeks. I did it for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, my narcissist, who was not even with me at home, he was not with me in the house at the time. In fact, it was even in a different country. We were not in the same place. But I was doing meditation here where I was. He was somewhere else. He started calling me on phone from where he was and asking me what I was doing. So I told him because of course, I wasn't doing any other thing apart from the meditation I was doing. And I didn't even know that the meditation I was doing was disturbing him. So he started asking my children questions. Is is anybody coming to the house? Is any of these people, these ones that call themselves people of God, coming to the house? They said no. Is your mother going outside? They said no. So who is coming to the house? They said no, nobody is coming to the house. That for a long time nobody has even come to knock at the door. That only only us in the house. So he didn't believe it. So he kept wondering what must be happening. And I didn't stop. At the time, I didn't even know that it's the meditation. So, but I continued to do because that meditation was giving me a sense of relief. And when I started, was giving me relief. So when I started doing it, after 2 weeks, many things began to happen. He started calling me and asking me what I was doing. I said I'm not doing anything. He started he was trying to inquire if somebody was coming to the house, if I was going outside or something. Because he never experienced that kind of thing with me before. I told him I wasn't doing anything. And really, I wasn't doing anything apart from the meditation I was doing. So it started threatening me. It started threatening me that if I don't stop whatever thing that I'm doing, that is not going to send us any money again. But at that time, I will move into a new country, and I was still to regularize my position, and I had nothing doing at that time. So he was the one sending some money for us to feed. So he started threatening me that if I don't leave, if I don't stop whatever I'm doing, that is not going to send us money again, and we are going to starve to death. So I didn't know how to react. I told you, well, I am not doing anything. If you don't want to send money again, well, I don't know. I don't know what to say, but I know I'm not doing anything. And truly, like he threatened, he stopped sending money. But even at that, I didn't do anything. I just continued. I didn't stop my meditation. I continued to stop my meditation. So out of curiosity, because he couldn't just stay where he was again, he had to come to find out what I was doing that was disturbing him. So he came home, and the day he came, he didn't even he came without notice, number one. Number two, he just barged into the house, into my room, and he went searching everywhere. So I was now wondering, what's wrong with this man? What is he looking for? He asked me, what am I doing? I said, I'm not doing anything. You can see that there's nothing here. I don't have anybody here. I am just here, and I'm not doing anything. He said, it's not true. You said that's not true. You are doing something. You must tell me what you are doing. So, well, I don't know what to tell you because I don't know. I'm not doing anything. So he started monitoring me in the house. If I want to go to the toilet, he will follow me to the toilet. If I wanted to go to the toilet, he will follow me to the toilet. If I wanted to go and sleep, he will follow me. If he was just following me around like a puppet, I didn't know what to do again. I was like, what is wrong with this man? And what is the problem with him? Why is he following me around? Why is he so afraid? Why is he so suspicious? So, but I didn't bother. So I went in when I wanted to meditate. I just went and sat on the bed and I continued to. He came, he was looking at me. He was wondering what I was doing. He came to distract me. He saw that I was praying. Normally, he knows I pray. But since I was in silence, I was just doing the prayer. He came looking at me. He was looking at me and he tried to distract me. But I didn't allow that to happen. I just waited for some time for him to go out. When he saw that I wasn't doing anything else than prayer, he went out. So after some time he came back to check if I had moved to something else, if I switched to doing another thing. He saw that where I wasn't doing another thing, he went back. So he stayed for 3 days. All through the 3 days, he was just following me everywhere. He was monitoring me. He didn't know what to do. He was so worried and confused. He didn't have peace. And I began to wonder, I said, what? Why is this man acting this? He's acting weird. What's wrong with him? So he went back. So after he went back, he continued to call and threaten me that he's coming to deal with me until I stop that thing I'm doing, that I'm doing something, that he will deal with me if I don't stop that thing I'm doing. So it was then I knew that he now asked me on phone again, did you call anybody to be interceding for you, like in prayers, as in doing something for you? I said, no, nobody is doing anything for me. Why would I call somebody to do something for me? No. Of course, nobody. It's only me and I'm praying by myself. He said, well, maybe you have to stop that prayer you're doing. He said, maybe I will have to stop the prayer I was doing. I said, well, if that's what you want, no problem. But why do I have to stop praying? Everybody prays. I pray to my God, or do you want to take the position of my God now? I know you always claim to be my God, but then I still have the Almighty God that I have to pray to. He said, well, I will have to stop the prayer. But I didn't say at that point, I didn't say anything again. I just continued doing my meditation. After a month, he came back. He said, no, it's not possible. We cannot continue to live in this house again. It can't be like this again. Maybe I'll have to go and keep you somewhere. What is the problem? Meanwhile, in the night when I go to sleep, I don't know what was happening at that time. It will be as if he enters I will be sleeping. I used to feel his presence. I will feel his presence in the house. When you have somebody in the house, you know how the aura of that person, the the auric smell of that person, you will feel it, you will know it. If you have somebody, you know that this person, you know that this is a peculiar uh, odor of the person you have. So I was feeling that at night. I will be feeling it. It's like, what is wrong? Well, why is this? And sometimes I will feel a presence, like he has come, he just entered the house. Then I will open I will look around, I will not see anybody. But whenever I close my eyes, he will come. And I was actually seeing his own image. I was seeing his image coming into the house and going out of the house. So at some point, the guy he couldn't do it again. He told me that no, this thing it's not gonna work like this, so it's not gonna work. I don't know what he now started to do. Like he got to a point where after that, when he calls me on phone, I will be feeling this heavy. That's why I said that narcissists, there is a power attached. They are not just ordinary people. And that's why they are highly intuitive. They are not just ordinary people. Or perhaps the vindictive ones are different. There's much more about the vindictive narcissist than other narcissists. Maybe that's what I should say. Whenever he calls me on phone, I'll be having this headache. My hair will kind of um it will somehow get so big. I'll be feeling it very big, and I'll be feeling my eyes turning me. I will be just very uncomfortable, as if like I wanted to faint, kind of. So each time, until I stop answering his calls, the thing kept repeating. It was happening all through. Then I stopped answering his calls. At the point I stopped answering his call. So when I stopped answering his calls, I became sick. When I became sick, I started having panic attacks first. I started experiencing panic attacks. From panic attack to heart attacks. But I didn't stop doing the meditation. No. I was still doing the meditation. I continued to do the meditation. I was doing it every day, and I was doing it 2, 3 times in a day. So when I started having panic attack, from panic attack to heart attacks, so at that point, my legs became swollen. My legs became swollen. Then I got to a point where I couldn't even sleep. I didn't want to sleep. I was scared that maybe if I sleep, I will not wake up. So I was rushed to the hospital. Initially, I went to the hospital the first time. I went there myself the first time. So when the doctor looked at me, they thought I was okay. They just looked at me that only my BP went up because I was having attacks. So my BP went very high. So they just gave me some drugs and I took them. I came back home. About 3 days later, yeah, 3 days later, my legs became swollen. They were swollen, and I became very, very sick. So it was that time the ambulance just came and took me to the hospital. But when I got to the hospital, they carried out all the tests. That time he stopped calling me on phone because I wasn't even picking. It was when I even stopped picking the calls that all these things started happening to me. So I was taken to the hospital. When I got there, my BP was very, very high. And the doctors, they did all they ran all the tests, you know. After that, they couldn't find anything. They later came to me and said, we can see that you are very, very sick, but we can't find anything that is wrong with you. So what we advise is they will take you home. Then after 5 days, we are going to rerun the test, all the tests. Maybe we'll find out what is wrong with you at that time. I said, okay, no problem. I have to go home. They took me home. Even as I went home, my legs were swollen. I couldn't, I couldn't even walk. I could not walk again. I was at home. I was just there doing the meditation. I continued, I never took any drug. Because I wasn't given, they only gave me drugs because my BP was high. So I took those ones. They were waiting that, okay, I will do the test. They gave me some that whenever I should be taking them for BP. Then that in 5 days, they will do all the tests. They will repeat everything. Okay. After the fifth day, I went back to the hospital. They said they could not. They checked me. They did. They couldn't find anything wrong with me, and I was still very, very sick. You see, my narcissist was invading my energy field. You see, my narcissist was invading my energy field and causing havoc. You see, so I went back. Since they couldn't find it, there was nothing again I could do. So I now realized how people invade people's energy field. And then because there are some people that when they are sick, in my situation, if not for the meditation I was doing, God's guidance was there. I was doing that meditation. I could have died. I now understand why some people, when they invade their energy field, they will take them to the hospital and they will not be able to find out what's wrong with them. Because when they invade your energy field, they don't see what is wrong with you. They will carry out all the tests. They will not see the exact thing that is wrong with you. At least if it's something, if there's a problem there, they should be able to say, okay, this is the problem. But in this case, I just couldn't find anything that was wrong with me. So that was how I became aware that my energy field, because all these things were just happening. In fact, things were just happening consistently from one stage to the other. I was experiencing things one after the other. So I came back home. I couldn't do anything. I was just there helpless, you know. But I didn't stop the meditation. I was still doing I was doing it every day. In fact, I started doing it 3, 4 times in a day. Like the only hope, because when they could not see anything that was wrong with me, and I was still very, very sick. So the only hope I was left with, perhaps I was left to die. But the only thing I had with me was that meditation. I continued to do that meditation. Do you know that I continued in the meditation. I never took anything else until before I knew it, my legs started going down. Just like that. I was having severe, but even when I got to the hospital, the second time, the doctor asked me, how long have you been feeling this? I said, for the past 1 week, going to 2 weeks. She said, are you sure? She would have been dead. The woman said it would have been like the way you explained, because I was feeling like my something was pulling my heart kind of, and my pulse increased so high that I was feeling it. I was feeling pain. There was severe pain on my heart. So then when I told her that, she said, but you would have been dead if that's the way you do. I said, but that's the way I've been feeling. And she didn't know what to say again. She just said, okay. And I went home like that. And I continued to meditate. I was not given medication as drugs to be taken like that. And so I think I was just left to die or something because they just didn't know what to give me. They couldn't find any particular thing apart from the ones they gave me for BP. That was why I came back home and I continued to do my meditation until my legs started going down gradually. Gradually, I continued to pray just in that meditation until my legs went flat and I was okay. I became okay. I never went to the hospital again. Since that time, I never went to the hospital until I became well. So when I became well, he came. He was very angry. He started attacking me. He started fighting me in the house. It's funny. He started fighting me. He started attacking me. And at the same time, he was afraid. Because at that time, I started making plans to move out. He knew I wanted to move out. He knew I wanted to go. So he started waiting for me. He blocked the door that I will not pass. He fought the day I ran. I had to run for my life. I ran away. I ran. We ran away. He blocked us that we won't pass at the door. They had to call the police. We ran. We ran for our lives. So that is it. If you are with a covert narcissist, those vindictive, a covert narcissist, meditation will expose them. Meditation will make them, if you are doing meditation, they will be very uncomfortable. They will not be able to cope again. So it's important that people learn meditation because this meditation is very, 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 very useful. It's useful to us. It's very, very important. So it's good that we learn it. Learn meditation to safeguard your life. It will help you in many things, help you in dealing with life situations, and it will help you in some sicknesses, like in my own case, that my energy field was invaded. Whilst I continued to do that meditation and visualization, I became well. You see, but they couldn't treat me in the hospital, but the power of my mind in meditation and visualization healed me. So it's important that people learn, especially if you are with a narcissist, start doing meditation. Because even sometimes, if you want to leave, you cannot leave. You can't live with a narcissist. If you want to live a narcissist, it's very difficult. It's difficult to live. But when you start doing meditation, you'll be able to leave a narcissist. You will live. You will be able to escape. Otherwise, a narcissist will grab you, you will be pulling, you will be trying to leave, you will not be able to leave. And that's why some stay until they die. They die in the relationship. But once you start doing meditation, you will be able to leave. Leave so that you can save your life. I hope this helps. I love you guys.